beautiful gemstones. Welcome to Tuesday's afternoon talk, the Tuesday talk show with myself and ghostdragonzw, baby UFO, Long Island, Bigfoot, impatiently waiting. Yes, sir. Yeah, so I don't really have much paranormal on the menu for this stream, but I almost never do. We always seem to make it work and make it happen. I wasn't able to share the link. I don't know why. It just didn't exist, even though I created the link, because if I hadn't, we wouldn't be sitting here in StreamYard and doing the stream. But for some reason, it wasn't showing up in my YouTube studio and it wasn't showing up on my YouTube channel. So I just posted something now letting everyone know that this is happening, because normally it's every other week. What's up, Raymond? Let's just bring Steven in.
No.
Hello,
Lloyd, what's up?
One of my favorite shirts. I forgot all about it.
Nerd. She's a book nerd.
I only got to wear this once, ever, and I bought it like 2 years ago.
Surprised you wear half the stuff that's in the 20 closets that you got scattered through the house.
I've got to put that Amazon closet together. That thing is so nice, and it has drawers. It has like that's little, nice. So it has like the extra space for me too, which I really need. Blue Crossroads, what's up, sweetheart?
Hello,
so guys,
everybody.
I don't know if you saw the short, but I got the pear cinnamon. I love it. It's great. It's another one of those that, like the apple fig last year, I really, really liked it the first few times I drank it, until at one point I took a swig of it and it gave me the taste of like whiskey in my mouth, and I could not drink it after that.
Ooh.
This is another one
that.
It tastes kind of like Christmas. It tastes Christmassy, like something like a warm Christmas drink. It's good. It's really good. So yeah, I wasted most of my morning. I don't know, those of you who have me on Facebook may have seen that I 2.5 hours, and that's really bad, because in 2.5 hours I could have made like $250 for my paycheck next month. And I didn't even mean for it to take that long. I opened up Microsoft. Well, I have a Microsoft browser, so I was going into Google Documents, and I saw this little thing on the side of the screen that said, Hollywood says goodbye to John Travolta. Now, if you don't know, I am and have always been, since I was about 9 years old, a fanatic, obsessed, like I'm one of those obsessed fans that like I will literally like jump over an escalator or like jump onto a stage for this man. I love John Travolta, not about his politics or his religion. I just love him as an actor, and I think he's a really great human being. So I was like, he couldn't have died, no. But because for years people have been death hoaxing John Travolta, I cannot find any firm information as to whether or not the man is still alive. Now, he looks pretty healthy in the Super Bowl commercial that he did with his daughter Ella, or Elle. I don't know. I still don't know. I still don't know if John Travolta is alive or not. What's up, Miss Pixie? And also, I was playing with this thing, so I don't know if y'all know what this is. Okay? But I'll tell you what. Don't pick it up. If you buy one for your kids or your grandkids, don't start playing it. So you open this thing up. That's the mouse. It gave me a kiss. So you can get up to like 15 pets on here. And what you do is you pet them. And you have to feed them, and you could switch back and forth. You have to clean their poop. They're like those old school Tamagotchis, and you can make them roll. Roll.
He rolled.
Baby. What they do is they grow. They grow. The more you pet them and feed them, they grow. And eventually they become a super pet. And then once you unlock the super pet of like the dog, then you unlock the rabbit. And then you have all these pets. But they hound you. They'll be like, with like exclamation points above their head. And like one of them pooped and you have to clean it. And the other one's hungry. And the other one wants to go to sleep. So you have to rock it. It's just actually really, it's addicting. It is addicting. I told RJ, I'm like, don't worry, I'll feed your Bitsy pets. Don't worry about it. And then I sat there for like 45 minutes playing with all the Bitsy pets. And I unlocked 2 new ones. I unlocked the mouse and the butterfly for him. But yeah, so today was not a very productive day. I did get some stuff done, and I still have some time after the stream ends. I'll have like an hour and a half where I may do the personals, or I may film Monday's upload, because I have to start scripting and filming for the 10 Nights of Halloween. So yeah. And that was my day. That's what I did.
She
today.
wasted a morning. That was the exciting morning she had.
I did. That was what I wasted.
Worrying
my morning.
about dead actors and non-dead actors.
Well, hopefully not. I hope he's not dead.
He probably retired, or so, who knows?
That's what I was thinking. It's probably he's like retiring. But I saw this thing about, it was like Quentin Tarantino hired John Travolta to be in his last movie. Whose last movie? Quentin Tarantino's or John Travolta? So maybe he is retired. It's really upsetting me that I cannot find accurate information as to whether or not John
probably
Travolta
won't for at least 24 hours.
I know, and it's very annoying. So yeah, that is that's
well, like I said, they die in threes. So, you know, Suzanne Summers died the other day, so 2 more's coming. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got 2 more chapters done on the Black Eyed Kid book, guys. I'm hoping, I think even if I handed it in now, what's up, Chillin' Charlie? I don't know if I'll be able to have a Halloween release, because I'll be handing it in too late. But hopefully it'll be a November release, or like early November release, because it only takes like within a month of me handing the book in for it to be released finally. Suzanne died the day before her birthday. That sucks.
Just like Betty White did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a video of her out on that day, or a couple days before. I think it was the day before she actually passed. Like I said, she was talking to her husband. She looked good. But like you said, that's how it usually happens.
House vote happening. It is so sad. What does that mean?
It means we're getting ready to go to war.
Oh. What's up, Nick C?
They're already sending 2,000 troops. Well, we're not going to get into it because everybody's
we're not allowed to talk about. I'm not allowed to talk about that on my channel, to be honest. Because my channel is not. I didn't register my channel as
a political channel.
They'll demonetize me. And I don't like discussing that stuff publicly anyway, because I think that, number one, a lot of people would be very surprised at my political views and beliefs, and I also think it would alienate a lot of people. So definitely don't want to do that. What's up, Roger Blair?
Hello, sir. Hello, everybody. I'll say it again in case anybody didn't hear me. Hello,
going
Nick
to the
C.
Cranberry Festival on Sunday here in Cranberry, New Jersey. Oh, okay.
Do the cranberries live there?
No, but we do have a lot of cranberry bogs.
I know you do.
And we need an escape for such things. Yeah, absolutely. But they also have a lot of different kind of herbs that I normally can't get for like potion making and for things that I put in your guys' boxes, like offering mix and stuff like that. And they have a lot of different types of crystals as well. So I am excited about that, about going there. And I'm still trying to figure out Power Unity. I'm going to do some shorts maybe on the best way for each astrological sign to, what would I call this? I guess relax, decompress.
My best way as a Virgo is just to bang my head against the wall until it all goes away.
Nope. I think yours is artistry.
Yep, I doodle.
Sitting in a quiet environment and drawing and painting. Because that's not only self-care, that's mindfulness. No news agencies or entertainment sites are reporting his death. It's probably retirement then. Thank you. I'm so glad I wasted 2.5 hours of my day on that. But he really is. He is, again, political and or religious views aside. I didn't know anything about any of that when I was 9 years old, and I watched Grease for the first time, and I fell in love not just with Danny Zuko, but with John Travolta. And actually, I'll tell you guys a funny story before we figure out what we're going to talk about dealing with the paranormal here. When I was around 11 years old, my stepdad was a jokester. What's up, Paradox Fossils? And everyone knew how much I loved John Travolta. I mean, I had pictures of John Travolta from Saturday Night Fever on my wall instead of like whoever was popular at the time, because I adored him. So we're on the boardwalk in Wildwood, and they have about 3.5 miles of boardwalk there. It's my favorite place in New Jersey to go. And I go into a store and they're playing the Grease soundtrack. So I was excited about that. And I spent a little extra time in the store. And my stepdad, after I leave the store, tells me that to promote a new movie, the reason they were playing the Grease soundtrack is that because he's promoting a movie, and he's from Englewood, New Jersey. So they said he was coming to Wildwood to that store, and that my stepdad's like, that's why we brought you here. We're surprising you. John Travolta should be here like any minute. I'm like, there are no crowds or anything. He's like, yeah, we got here early. You know, we wanted to see him come in. So I freaked out, and he's like, you need to go ask the guy, though, like what time John Travolta's coming, because, you know, that way we know to stand in. I don't know what he said to me. So I go up and I ask the guy when John Travolta is coming, and the guy just looked at me like I was absolutely mentally ill. And being that I was like 11 or 12, I was really embarrassed. And I ran out of the store and I was crying, and I sat on a bench next to the store. And the guy gets on the intercom, which you could hear 1/2 mile up and down the boardwalk, and says, Gemma, come back in. John Travolta will be here any minute. And I never forgot that. I was so angry. And I was so embarrassed because I really thought John Travolta was going to be there. Yeah. Just got paid. Oh, nice. 90% of what the county owed you. We were talking about that in Oracle. And what's up, Mama Cindy? And I'm really glad that came through for you. A lot of big changes coming like by like New Year, maybe like January, end of January, February, for a lot of the signs. But it's going to start with small things like that. Now, that's not a small thing, but in the grand scheme of things, I think, you know, that's like getting it going, you know,
Right.
Kicking it with the 2 Utes.
I got to disappear for a second. I'll be right back.
Did you say Ute?
Ute.
Youths.
I'm leaving you. Bye.
No, I heard you. Let me hold $5. It's funny because everyone was like, oh, you know, prayers for your dad. My dad had to have emergency surgery last week. And everyone was like, is he okay? And I'm like, well, he just hit me up for money. So I guess he's doing fine. He's good. He's good. That's how I knew. Raymond and Raymond. Richard and Raymond. I love that movie. I love My Cousin Vinny. I met Joe Pesci. Oh my God, that Red Bull's so good. It actually tastes like an alcoholic beverage. What's up, Monster Radio? So Ghost Dragon said you're going to be emailing me about something. Let me know if you did, and I'll pop in my emails right after this. I'm so lazy with emails because here's what happens. Okay. I'll forget about them for like a week. Then when I go in, there's like 200 emails, and then I get overwhelmed and I click out of the email. And then I forget about them for another week. And then I go in and there's 350 emails, and I'm like, oh God, I can't. And then I forget about them again. And it's like this thing just like keeps happening until finally, like once a month, I go through and respond to everybody. But if I know something's there, I will go in and look for it. So Baby UFO, you said, so now I no longer accept dogs direct from county. Instead, I allow the rescue shelters to bring overflow. Is that good? Is that better? Like, is that more preferable for you? So Long Island Bigfoot, yeah, I got a voice message and a photo of Long Island Bigfoot's son from the box I had sent him. And I was literally giggling out loud at this kid. If you could picture Mike just shrunk down to like a shorter size, he even sounded like him, but like if Mike were a kid. Oh my God, it was so adorable. Sending you an email. Oh yeah, I would love it. Honey, you're lazy and I'm a procrastinator, so it all works. Don't worry about it.
Hello, Monster Radio. We had a good conversation the other night.
Yeah, Mike's Mike's mini for sure. Yeah, I was watching the replay video and I was like, what is going on with my eyebrows? Peep my eyebrows. I don't know why. I guess you know what it was at that time. I was just getting into makeup, and if for me to redo like the whole eyebrows would have taken me like way too long, and I probably just didn't want to do it. I'm so glad he does. Oh my god, adorable. I love him. He looks just like you. Traveling Wilburys, I have heard of. Not heard of traveling cranberries, but I think there is one called cranberries. Val SWPA, welcome.
I got disconnected from chat.
No.
Okay,
Well, we can still see and hear you. Oh. Yeah, I wanted to do something good for him. It's not often I have someone from a younger generation that's like, that stuff is awesome, you know. So I was like, I'm gonna give him everything. That's cool. I'm glad he liked it. I just hearing his voice was just I don't know why, it was just adorable to me. I was like, this kid sounds like a younger version of his dad, which I guess makes sense. So I was watching, I told you guys, like, I see an energy, right? And a lot of the times the outside world can be really overwhelming. I've been dealing with some personal things, like always, like we all are, but I think it's really worn my defenses down because I was watching a video. It's of a politician, either extremely hated or absolutely beloved. And I won't, again, say where I stand on that spectrum. This guy, you don't just kind of like him. But I was watching this video of him and someone ran up behind him to attack him and the crowd was yelling, you know, and when he turned around, you know, the security came up and it was nothing. But when he turned around, I started bawling my eyes out. This was just 15 minutes ago. And I'm like, what am I crying? Like, what is going on here? And then I watched the video again and it was just like the energy of this particular human being was so, when someone's energy is genuine, it doesn't mean everything they say and do is genuine. It just means they have more of a capacity for love than the majority of the population. So I just saw it just shine so bright. And the fact that he was being almost attacked, it just hit me. And I was crying and I'm getting overwhelmed just thinking about it. If that's the type of thing, like the reason I don't really leave my house. So I'm probably going to spend some time today cleansing my workspace and getting back to where I can put my defenses back up, because you know that's going to be really bad for like when someone texts me, you know, and I'm like, oh god. A screenshot of Ghost Dragons and Paranormal Pixie. Black and orange wolf spider in your house. Well, that is pretty interesting.
Halloween
I don't know
spider.
if I've ever heard of one of those. A Halloween spider.
He decked out just for you for Halloween, man. Keep him around. He's eating all your bugs.
Wore his costume.
Yep, and everything, man.
There was something I wanted to discuss here too. I think I don't know. I'll be right back. I forgot to go pee before the stream started. So
that's what I did.
I'm going to do that right now.
How funny. Yeah, I had to go too. Too much coffee this morning. I was running around trying to get things ready. So how's everybody? I'm good. Just in case anybody wants to know, I'm alive. I'm here hanging out with you folks. Then going running with Grandpa if I can get him out of the house. Good old Pop needs to be free of this place for a little bit. Yeah, I love doing the replays because I always wait for her to respond back in comments. Go stream. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. We kind of got on, got to gabbing. Then I realized after we started streaming, I should have gone to the bathroom. I've been drinking coffee all morning. Coffee. I can't say it like her, so I'm not even going to try. That's the thing about coffee. You can only borrow it. Isn't it the truth? You can only borrow it. Cloaking. Hey, Max Stacks, how you doing? Oh, she went to the bathroom.
Max Stacks.
They're here. Coffee talk. Well, that's what we wanted to call it, but she don't drink coffee anymore.
Yeah, I don't drink coffee anymore. I traded it in for Red Bull. But you can call it coffee talk if you want.
It's funny. You would have liked the coffee I had this morning. I get coffee from Coffee Brand Coffee, and he has a French toast blend that tastes just like French toast. Oh my God, it's so good.
I drink coffee if I like cold coffees, like cold brews but I'll take hot coffee and put it over ice. I mean, ever since I stopped smoking regular cigarettes, I just don't have a taste for coffee anymore.
Yeah, it's almost cigarette and coffees almost go together. It's
okay. Here we go. Jelly. Thank you for that, Paradox. So this is a great topic, and I love discussing it on the channel. I don't think that I've ever experienced an actual glitch. Timeline jumping, maybe. And it's not often I come across something that, like, I haven't experienced, I guess. This one to me is amazing. So Paradox Fossil says, I've been listening to glitch. I can't speak today. In the Matrix stories, hard to not believe them all after experiencing them myself. Monster Radio, hold that thought. Yeah, when it comes to glitch in the Matrix stories, I know for me personally, like when deciding which ones to cover on the channel, just like with everything else, I have to give the people who are telling the story the benefit of the doubt. Now, what's really good is most of the time I can sniff out BS and, but not all of the time, but I can sniff out BS. And I think most people can. Either it sounds reasonable or it doesn't. But when you're dealing with a topic like glitch in the Matrix, there's nothing rational or reasonable about it. And that's why it's so hard. And I don't ever want to be a person who diminishes someone else's paranormal experience, right? Because I know how that feels, and I wouldn't want God forbid, and then they stop talking about it or something like that. But I also don't want to encourage these people that are going on, Chat GPT and being like, write me a scary story about a glitch in the Matrix, and then putting it on websites acting as though it happened to them. Right. That's where we have to draw the line. I drink water and Red Bull, and that is it. I don't sometimes orange juice. I normally Monster Radio said, I'm writing an article today about the difference between shapeshifters in Yi Now Delushi. I never knew how to pronounce that.
We were having problems with that the other night if you watched the replay.
But you know what? That's really interesting because I've come across both of those in my research for my day job, my writing job. And it's hard, like, I don't really understand it because a skinwalker is a shapeshifter, but I don't know if it's like, I would love to read it. So let me know where it's going to be, because I think maybe if I had to guess, it would be about how they become that way. And also Yi Now Delushi is also a specific tribe's legend. That's what I would say off the top of my head. I could be wrong. I'm not, I'm not stating that as fact, but that's what I would think, is what that is.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any glitch in the Matrix or experiences, or like do you timeline shifting, like while you're sleeping, like you wake up and it's so hard to know though when you timeline jump. I believe Max Stacks, that is another term for skinwalker. So between shapeshifters and skinwalkers, but I think that one, Yi Now Delushi, is a specific native legend. I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait for the article. I did write another article for Paranormal Press, but I don't know when I got to get in touch with him actually, now that I think about it, because that was several months ago.
No, and you never heard anything?
No, he told me if you can get the story in right away, but me with emails, I probably did not get it into him for that issue. So it's definitely coming. Red Bull shows up in the DNA. Skinwalkers. It does not mean skinwalker. Okay.
Yeah, he was trying to explain it to me the other night. Wish we had. If I'd hung around longer and we all were still trying to stay awake, I actually.
I would love to read that article.
Yeah, he's supposed to send me another one too. Yeah, we got to have you on Monster Radio.
He was just saying that he's been a little lazy with emails, but he's going to get to it.
Yeah.
As far as coming on with us,
he's been busy.
Just come in the beginning of the stream and be like, "Hey, I'll come on today."
Yeah.
And I'll just send you the link in your email right then. That's not a big deal.
Charge you $5. $5.
I time jumped in 1985 as my nephew time slipped in the same area in 2015, but I didn't know it was him till he got home that day and told me about it. That would be such an interesting story.
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying for like a year now I'm going to do listener encounters, and every time.
What do you got, 17, 18?
I don't know, but you know what I was just thinking? I can easily record that. I don't know why I don't just go do it. It'll save me 5 hours to 7 hours of work. All I'd have to do is record
We've been waiting for one.
I don't know why. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that on my schedule for by the end of this week.
You need your board.
Yeah.
Where's your whiteboard?
Tell me about it. I'm so aggravated about that whiteboard.
Yeah, that costs good money, man. I got you a big one so you could really write
big.
The
good thing is it's still in the box, so it's not ruined, and it's right there, so I know where it is, so it's not lost. So at least, that's good. But I've been waiting 3 months to have the closet put together too. So, I mean, I waited 3 weeks to get a pan washed because I didn't want to use Brillo and mess up my nails. So it is what it is. What's up, Eric?
How you doing, sir?
Guys, don't forget to send your paranormal, supernatural, and otherworldly encounters to my email, okay? I do collect them. I do save them. I don't delete them. So when I come out with this listener encounters, what's up, Stephen Shaw? Hey, when Steve. I come up with this listener encounters, you guys are going to hear encounters that you sent me like a year ago because I do still have them. Push for 3K next time. Yes, I don't know why I thought I was only 7 away. I don't know why I said that. It's actually 70, not 7. Yeah. 70. Right. I'm not good with math and stuff. I'm excited about that 3K. I don't know if it's going to happen by Halloween, but like I said, Long Island Bigfoot, I don't know if it's like you or if it's just like that's when I started really gaining traction and my name got put out there. It did because of your channel for sure. Like your subscribers pushing me out and coming over and seeing what I'm all about. Because ever since, like for it took me a year to get 1,000 subscribers from 1,000 to 2,000. And it took me like a year and a half to get the 1,000. So I've noticed since I went on your show, before that, consistently, I was gaining between 11 and 17 subscribers per month, consistently every month, sometimes less. Ever since I did your show, I haven't gotten less than 50 subscribers, and that's really low. I've been getting more like between 65 and like 80 every month.
They'll get there. It doesn't help with what YouTube's doing now and everything. So, hey, Christopher, how you doing?
Just remember, if you want to go fishing in New Jersey, you are not allowed to knit if you're a man here. And during fishing season, men are not allowed to knit.
Man, I can't go
Monster Radio. What's up, Jarvis? Monster Radio, I've got to read the whole article. I think it would be absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, he's got 2 more he's going to send actual stories from him, encounters. They will be good on your encounters too.
Roger Blair, as far as what I know about the Rougarou, and I don't really know how to pronounce it, is I'll tell you how I know what I know. So I was watching These Woods Are Haunted. Actually, my mom was watching it. And she comes running into my bedroom and she's like, Gemma, you got to watch this. And she's laughing her butt off. And I'm like, what? And she's like, hold on. And she's laughing. So there's this story on These Woods Are Haunted about this African-American gentleman who was in Louisiana when he was younger and he got stood up. A woman came into the clothing store he worked in. He asked her out on a date and she was like, well, I don't have a phone. And, but you can meet me at so-and-so spot on Friday night at 8:00. And he's like, okay, I'll be there. And he's like, I'm driving an hour out of my way and I'm in the middle of nowhere. He's like, but these kids are playing basketball. So I figure, all right, I'm good. Finally, I realized she stood me up. The kids invite me to play basketball. And it was just the way you all have to watch it. I believe his name was Raymond. It is hilarious. He's like, that's a loot guru. And he's like, I realize I'm looking at and he says the F word, werewolf. And he's like, I know what that girl did. She came in and she thought she was going to pick her out her Friday night dinner. The guy's eyes were bugging out. Oh my God. He was just hilarious, but he was calling it a loot guru. So please watch if you can. These woods are haunted. I believe it's in the first season and it's the Rougarou. This guy is so funny, but he's just telling this really scary story. What's up, Netter?
Hello, Iron Dogger. Sorry, I always say dagger.
Long Island Bigfoot. Iron Dogger. Yeah, Max Sachs. I did a shorts, which I'm actually, maybe I'll do another one of those today. I did strange New Jersey laws that are still on the books. Every state has these old timey laws that they're not enacted anymore. It's just nobody has ever thought to, take them off the books. They no longer apply. Like in Newark, if you want to go for ice cream after 6 p.m., you have to have a doctor's note. You cannot act suspiciously with a salmon in public. You're not allowed to get intoxicated and annoy others in your home. And it's illegal all throughout New Jersey. Literally, like technically, it's illegal to annoy members of the opposite sex. Like just and it's also illegal to pump your own gas. But people do that. Like if I pulled up to the pump and there was nobody outside, I would get out and put the gas in and just wait for them to come out and pay them. But you are not supposed to do that. And I don't know what the actual law is, why we're the only state that has that. But I do know that it gives a lot of people jobs as gas station attendant. I know a lot of guys, especially, but some women too, who that was their first job, just pumping gas and making some extra money. So I know that's one of the reasons they don't want to get rid of it, is because it does. If you have a place like Wawa or like a super Wawa that has like 12 pumps, that's 5 jobs for people. I think These Woods Are Haunted was changed to something else. Or do you know what I couldn't find? Not These Woods
Haunting in the Woods is what it's called now.
Haunting in the Woods. No, but there is another one that my mom keeps telling me to watch. And I'm like, I would, but it doesn't exist because they changed the name of it. But I don't know what the name is. I think it used to be called something, and now it's called Evil Encounters.
Okay.
Oregon is a pump your own gas state. Yeah, we're not allowed to pump our own gas. It's illegal. We have to have an attendant there. Jersey's awesome. I love New Jersey. We get a bad rap because most people that come in New Jersey come through Newark Airport. And leaving that airport, you're in an extremely industrialized area. So everything just looks like factories and, smokestacks and river. But really, that's just, they get off the plane and they drive into Manhattan. And that's all they ever see of New Jersey. And it's the landfills and factories and garbage. But if you actually get into New Jersey, it is really nice. I used to have a shirt that said that we don't pump gas, we pump fists. What's up, Mark? Max Stacks. Yeah. So I did one just to see how it would do as a short. And I actually said I was going to just go through each state and write about the weird laws. I know PA has some weird ones regarding the Amish and horse and buggies. Oregon just allowed people to pump their gas, and what a disaster for a bit. Forest Friend, what's up?
Hello. I had an idea for you to do for a video too, and I forgot what it was. I should have wrote it down.
I'm doing the Oracle reviews like you and I discussed.
Yeah, I saw that.
I did Wild Woman and Fairy Tale. I still cannot get used to the 1 minute format. It's really hard for me because I want to expand and explain. And I used to do those short 4-minute videos and upload them, like the updates and all that. Now to do it in 1 minute format. But man, it has substantially elevated the analytics and my earning capacity on my channel just by having the little bit of views that I get on those shorts. No harassing an Amish buggy with a salmon while drunk and eating ice cream after 6:30 or 6 o'clock. My mom, the queen of Halloween. Yes. Actually, in my family, they do call her the horror queen.
Mhm.
It's actually, you can't act suspiciously with a salmon in public, which I don't know. I remember finding that out when I was in the middle of my addiction and I was just going online to look at weird laws. And I remember thinking that over like a few times and being like, did I read that right? Like, am I just messed up? But no, when I looked again, what happened to Mark?
Hello, Mark.
Oh, Mark, I'm so sorry, honey. I didn't even check my text today. You always message me, good morning and good night. We can talk about it. Your box should be arriving, I wouldn't say any day now, but maybe in a few days. You have a lot going on, Mark, energetically. Terror in the woods.
There it is.
So Terror in the Woods is These Woods Are Haunted.
They just
That was
switched
for
it.
2 separate shows. That's why I can't ever find Terror
Well, I
in the
think
Woods.
they switched it because Haunted Woods sounded more like ghosts and stuff, and Terror in the Woods, they could cover a little more subjects without it sounding,
Paranormal Pixie, absolutely. Like I said, I don't get very many views in shorts, but I have been getting a lot more subscribers, like I said. So one woman came into, I don't know if it was this week's Oracle, like this past week's or the week before, but her name was, I make $750 a week. And I was like, oh, great. This is someone that's going to, troll me. But instead, she was like, I'm in tears right now. I can't believe I found this channel. What a hidden gem. She's like, I don't know why, channels like yours don't get more views. And I was like, wow, awesome. I'm finally getting noticed a little bit more. And I do think that's the shorts randomly popping up in people's feed.
right?
You were stationed
It
in
does
Cape
so
May.
often.
Cape May is gorgeous. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I said sometimes it just pops up. I've had people say, out of the blue, yours showed up out of the blue.
Yeah. I've been seeing that where people are like, that's why I put, that's why when if the video warrants it, I will put in the description box for all of the shorts that I do a live intuitive oracle, which I'm trying to make that only Saturdays, but I need cooperation from another person who has not yet been giving it to me. So I don't know. So as of this week, it is Saturday and I'll be at mom's. Love the gnomes. Yeah. At my mom's house, I have a huge collection of gnomes, but now I've gotten my son into them. So where you would have seen many more downstairs in the dining room where I decorated for Halloween, they're actually in his room because he takes them now. He likes them. And hashtags. I have to remember hashtags. I always forget. I think I did the first 24. And then after that, it was like, I forgot. So maybe I can do that too today. Hashtag. A classic Long Island chick? No, I'm from New Jersey. From New Jersey. But I am what most people, I guess, think of Long Island. I'm always like, listen, if you're driving to New Jersey and you hear someone saying Joyzy, you've gone too far. You're in Long Island. I'm just saying. I love Long Island Bigfoot. I don't know that I've actually ever been to Long Island, though. I've only ever been to really Manhattan, Times Square. A Joyzy girl. I put the joy in Joyzy. Right? I got that from, it actually says that at the fair that we have every year at the Meadowlands. There's a big sign that says, we put the joy in Joyzy.
Hey, they found Julian, what was his last name? Hold on 1 second. He was an actor. Julian Sands.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh, what happened?
I wrote about, sorry guys. Sometimes we end up getting into the paranormal and several of you have tried. It's just not sticking today, but I would like to get some paranormal or true crime talk in. I'm going to be talking probably right after Halloween about Kitty Genovese. You guys know that murder. It's called something. It was one of the reasons that they started 911. She was murdered in New York, and they said like 30 something witnesses, but really it was like 9 or 10. But each witness thought the other one would call the police, and nobody did. And she ended up dying on the street in front of her apartment building. We do have a Maplewood, New Jersey. There are so many, like we have Englewood, and California has Inglewood. We have Lodi, we have Oakland. California has a lot of the same cities that we have as well. Big roaches, I wouldn't know. Thank God I have never had to live with cockroaches. Long Island metro area. I'm not sure if I am or not. Where I'm from originally, Patterson and like Clifton, all around there, maybe, but I don't think where I live now I would be. I am out in the boonies right now.
The boonies. Hanging with the Goonies. Out in the boonies, hanging with the Goonies.
All along that people bring. Really? Yeah, I can't live with, like, if it has legs and like exists, it needs to be human or at the very least animal to live in my house. Like I can't. Bugs and rodents are a no-go for me. My step-grandpa was stationed in New Jersey for a while when he was in the Army, and then he got transferred to San Antonio. He retired when he was in San Antonio with 21 years. Nice. I always said if it poops and pees and doesn't wipe its own butt, it needs to get out of my house. And then along came RJ. I had kids young, but I always had this thing up until RJ with other people's children. Like, no, you would not ask me to babysit. It wasn't that I was mean to them or abusive towards them. I just didn't care. So, you bring your 4-year-old to me. If Family Guy entertains them, that's what they're getting. If they want chips for dinner, I'm good with that because I don't know what to make them. Like I just wasn't good. I was with my kids, but that's because my kids, I was able to, tell them, hey, don't do that without feeling like I would be afraid that if I corrected the child, and this was like the heart of the issue, that the parent would hate me or try to fight me. I was never that person that you would go to babysit your kids, but now I am. I love them now. Roaches are my kryptonite. Yes, ma'am.
He will shank you if you mess with him.
Mark, you got this. I did send you a care package, and I do think that will help substantially. And I did keep in mind your living situation. So I know you can't like burn sage and stuff like that. So I did, I was sure to make an allowance for that when I sent you what I sent you. So you got this, just don't give up and just do your very best. You're a very positive person. You have very positive energy. And I know a lot of the times when I'm feeling down, you're one of the first people to be like, you got this, don't give up. It's just that upbeat attitude, even with all of your health problems, right? And it endears me to you very much. And I consider you a good friend and a part of my larger family. And I wouldn't ever want to see you hurting or to see your energy very low. Because just like 99.9% of the people that come into any of my streams, you're a beautiful human being. I just think because most of us can't see it, and I'm getting emotional again, and this is what happens when I connect too deeply with people sometimes.
Don't kill the centipede in your house. They actually eat the cockroaches and the ants and the spiders. So when you see a centipede in your house, don't kill it. He's not going to mess with you. They're actually good.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying they were actually good. And you're emotional anyways.
Life is kicking a lot of people. 2023 was supposed to be where it all turned for us light workers, and that just didn't happen. There's a lot going on. I want to try to keep this as neutral as possible. I'll say with like the political climate in some countries, possibly the United States included, and with so many, the collective energies there is one big collective. We're all connected to everything. That's the collective. We're connected to source and love, and that's it, right? The spirit energy. But then there's the personal energy that we all hold. It's not separate from that, but it keeps us separate from it. It's hard to explain, but when you have so much diversion, when you have like two strict sides and they both hate the other, they each hate the other side, you know, that really messes with the collective. And that's when the energy shifts to where us light workers, we're just being kicked. Our ability to manifest goes, you know, out the window. But I want to encourage you all, because I've got to be honest, this energy is not going to die down, or level out until around 2026 for us. But it's going to start turning as long as we all, and I know, again, sounds very cliche, we keep being positive, we keep remembering that love is the key to everything and anything and everything. And as long as we keep actively being good human beings, we are going to turn the tide, guys. We really are. And things are going to shift. When the energy of, you know, Mother Earth, of the world, is so downtrodden and beaten down by so much hatred and diversity in the world, it does F with the collective energy, which is our energy. And if you're spiritually sensitive, like most of us are, it will overwhelm you. And then you're, like I said, your manifesting abilities go out the window. Your capacity for love diminishes, or your want to love diminishes. You know, we're all going through so much hurt and so much pain. But it will, I promise you guys, the tide will turn. We're always going to have problems as a human being. That's what we come here to experience. We come to Earth specifically to experience conflict, because there is no conflict on the other side. We have all the answers, but we still continue to learn. I wish I could just teach this stuff, but I don't know the right words. I just see it all in my head. And sometimes humans don't have the words to describe what it is I'm being shown and what I'm seeing, especially about the other side. You know, I found out the other day, I think I told Long Island Bigfoot, that the spirit, when you're on the other side, you have sex. It's not physical like it is here. But I didn't know that. I didn't know that until recently. I asked a spirit, they had mentioned something about it. And it's not like this promiscuous thing. You have one mate. And then that is usually the person you end up with, or at the very least run into at some point on your life journey. And, you know, again, believe me or don't, but I do know what I'm talking about. Collective consciousness is working to repair things, and it causes that. You know what, Alan? That is an amazing idea. I carry a surfboard because the tide turns so often. We just have to be more centered and grounded. You know what, though, Long Island Bigfoot? Actually, it's like we have a whole bunch of here. Paradox fossils, I'll get right back to you, I promise. So Long Island Bigfoot says soulmates don't distance from one another, but we actually have a whole poop load of soulmates. Soulmate isn't specifically a love relationship, okay? It's not a romantic thing. It doesn't have to be. I mean, it could be. We could meet several soulmates. Soulmate, they're the people that when you're in the fifth dimension or heaven, or, you know, in spirit, whatever you want to call it, and we're charting our life destiny and our path, those are the people that say, okay, I'm going to meet you at this time in your life. This is what we're going to learn from each other. This is how it's going to end, you know, whether that be in marriage, till death do us part, or, you know, the issue becomes we only have one twin flame. Some people say you have many, but I really have not ever seen that. And I don't believe that's the case. With your twin flame, that is usually the person who you love so much, and they love you so much, but you are like oil and water. And it's this very dramatic, sometimes toxic, everyone's, and it could be abusive. It's the most intense, stressful relationship romantically you'll ever have in your life. And most of the time, we don't end up marrying our twin flames, but we do end up learning the most about love, which is the key to everything, from them. We do end up marrying soulmates. Oh, Mark, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Yes, soulmates come in many ways. Best friends, families, twins, etc. Pets, absolutely. 2 of my children are soulmates of mine. And a lot of times people look at me cross-eyed when I say that, and I'm like, it doesn't have to be a romantic thing. You know, you have a soul family that you're born with these people, either in your immediate family every single time, at least 1 or 2 of them, or they become very close to you from early on in your life. That's your soul family. It's all different. So I do want to, Iron Dogger, I promise it will. There's so much going on. I'm sorry. I'm not ignoring anyone. So Paradox Fossil said something I thought was very interesting. I think the collective consciousness is working to repair things, and it causes the glitches, like an energy transfer. That is very possible. I also think the timeline jumping, I think the more timeline jumping people do, maybe the more glitchy their particular reality gets, because they're constantly shifting and switching and changing. You know, glitches in the Matrix, like I said, it's one of the things that fascinate me the most, because I really don't have an explanation for it. I just feel like there are tears in the fabric of society. Or we can get into that whole other concept of, is this reality real? I certainly don't think it's digital, but I do believe that, and this is what I was told. Again, you guys, if you don't believe what I say, that's fine. I just hope you're entertained, even if you're laughing at me. I don't care. Have a good time. But this is what I was told by some extraterrestrials that I met when I went to the Galactic Federation. The way that it was explained, and this is the best way I can kind of remember it, was that, I forgot what I was talking about.
You drew a blank. Why?
Isn't it funny how that happens when I'm about to like say something
You
profound?
do that. I think you get to thinking so far ahead of yourself. Sometimes you
That's
lose.
what it is. What was I talking about? I really wanted to say that. Oh, I know. Everyone else, or everyone, all other beings, creatures, entities, whether they're in spirit, on other planets, across galaxies, and there are multiple galaxies, there are multiple universes, there are, to put it in human terms, trillions of Earths with people just like us, right? That many versions of ourselves, past, present, and future, all around us. But the thing is, Earth, this Earth, and all the other Earths, the third dimension, is the only place where there's conflict, where there's learning opportunities, as far as like dealing, you know, where there are emotions other than as a concept, or other than higher vibrational. There is nowhere else at all throughout galaxies, across universes, except the third dimensional realm or plane of existence, where we feel anything lower vibrational. So sometimes spirit does get bored, or spirit's like, you know what? I miss not having all the answers. Like so what I was told by this extraterrestrial race was that it was created by them to give spirit a place to go for that diversity and that conflict. I also was led to believe, so here's where some conflict of what I've been told comes in. And this is why I always tell you guys, you don't have to believe me, because sometimes I can hear 2 separate stories too. There is some evidence that this was made as a prison planet. I don't necessarily believe that. I mean, I think it's a great concept, and it certainly does seem like that's the case, but I really don't think so. God, if that's what you want to call it, or the universe, source, pure love energy, does not punish. That's why the concept of hell, like, yeah, it's a good one to keep people in line, I guess. But if you think that when you die, you're going to go to hell, like the Christian version, like fire and brimstone, you will go there. You won't stay there, because eventually you'll start thinking about love and source and light, and then you'll be pulled right out immediately. But if you think that when you die, you're going to go into nothingness and it's going to be all black, you're going there. It's going to be nothingness and all black until you remember the light. Guys, it's very important that we build these beautiful scenarios for after death. If you think you're going to see a bright white light in a tunnel and your loved ones are going to be there immediately, guess what? They will be. It's your own. That's your biggest manifesting power, is as how you're going to cross over, how you're going to be received. And I know that for an absolute fact. I have no doubt about that. Feisty Kitty, what's that, girl? Helvin. That would be Earth. Oh, nice. Found the 1956 version of Godzilla on YouTube for free. Gonna watch it soon.
Yes, I have them all. I'm a man of Godzilla. I think I got them all on VHS, except for some of the new ones. And then
there's no better teacher than actual experience. This is a big blue classroom planet. Absolutely. And that's a really good way to see it, because there are times when, okay, so here's a few things I've learned recently from a little bit of it was from that really egotistical spirit, which is something I've never seen before. The big pharma guy, where he told me a little bit, and then this has come from other spirits that have been around me recently, where it's like, your soul learns and learns and learns. And then like when you're charting your destiny or your life path, your contracts, you're writing and signing your contracts and building your contracts for the third dimension to be reincarnated again. You think about all the things that you either haven't learned or the things that you failed to learn in this lifetime. So whatever your life's work, your life accomplishment, your soul's mission was, not as a human being what you want to achieve, your soul's achievement. You usually will carry that into your next incarnation, whether you do it immediately or 1,000 years in Earth time from now. But there's also a time, like I said, where they just get bored and they're like, I want to go back there. I want to feel that contrast again. And that's okay too. But I also found out recently, and again, I'm thinking so quickly that I'm forgetting what I'm saying. I got to go back and read Blue Crossroads comment, because that's what put me on there. Then the actual, this is a big blue classroom planet. Just a lot. I guess the diversity here. You get to choose. Oh, you get to the point, your soul, where you can transcend, and you no longer have to reincarnate. It's not that you have to, but everyone does until they've learned all that there is to learn from this planet, which takes, who knows how many incarnations. Like if you're one of those people that your life is just tremendously hard and you live to an old age and you almost never experience anything but hardship, you did that on purpose because you knew it was going to be your last incarnation and you want to get as many lessons in as possible. A lot of light workers are on their last incarnation. That's why in this incarnation, they are light workers. They chose to be light workers to learn as much as possible about this journey. Iron Dogger, about math and physics, I was always a history buff and I was an excellent speller. I was in college courses from the 6th grade on in everything except math. 6th grade, I was doing 3rd grade math in the hallway, one-on-one with a teacher, because it did not compute. My daughter is the exact same way. She loves the theater and she's really big on English spelling and history, but math, not her thing.
Yeah,
you repeat mistakes until you learn what not to do. Yeah, but you write those in. You don't have to repeat every single lesson, just like the bigger ones. So if you chart, 50 things that your soul is supposed to gain, enlightenment it's supposed to gain from this lifetime, and you only accomplish 10 of those things, you don't have to bring all 40 of the other things into your next lifetime. You can do them over time. But the big things, a lot of us are breaking ancestral and generational bonds right now, and curses, for lack of a better word. And that's a lot of the reason too why a lot of us, there's a lot more people that are enlightened than there were 30 years ago. It's because our generation this generation of light workers, which would cover about 50 years, is so much more transcended than before, because we are allowed to speak about it. We are allowed to talk about it. We're allowed to express ourselves in it. But the one thing I want to say, guys, I'm sorry I have to end, but I do have work to do, and then I have to get RJ off the bus. The one thing I do want to say is that I don't ever want you guys to forget that love is the key to everything. Okay? It really is. And the universe, you don't get judged so much as the universe is watching you in the energy that you're vibrating out. So if somebody verbally assaults you, if somebody verbally, emotionally abuses you, the way that you react and respond, or choose not to react and respond, is that's your energy. That's what you're in control of. And that's what the universe is going to base what it bounces back to you on. If you turn around, and you have every right, your humanity says, to lash back out at that person, who do they think they are? But being transcendent and learning as a soul, as a being, as a spiritual being, actually means just being like, okay, I love me. I know that this is abuse. I know what abuse looks like. I am not going to respond in anger. I'm going to respond in love. And sometimes responding in love means walking away. I love you guys. Don't forget, Live Intuitive Oracle is Saturday night, 7:15 p.m. Eastern. Intention and motivation is what we are being judged upon. And I use judge for lack of a better term, because all the spirits that I've asked, and I don't ask often, but I'd say maybe 30 different spirits have told me in the last 10 years that when you do the life review, but there's no being there sitting in judgment. You're there with your soul family that's already incarnated, and a couple of your angels and your guides, okay? And there's no, yes, you can see where you went wrong, but everyone always says, like, you'll feel the shame that you made someone else feel, or you'll feel the pain that you made someone else feel. You may for a minute, but there's no judgment attached to it. It's kind of just like you're looking at it like, you don't want to, like, this is how it was put by one spirit. I didn't feel like rewinding that good thing I did and fast forwarding through the bad things I did. It was just like, oh, wow, I made that person feel that way. I got to try not to do that next time. And we move on. So love you guys. I'm going to be doing some sort of short today. I hope, please be sure to watch those shorts, guys. It really, 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 really helps me as far as the algorithm and pushing my channel out more. And hopefully Ghost Dragon Lee over here will be doing something tomorrow night at either 8 or 10. Lara, please let me know tomorrow if you want to go on for Thursday. I got to deal with this Scholastic Book Fair stuff and RJ's picture day tomorrow. Yes, see you Thursday. All right. Confirm with me tomorrow, and I will get the thumbnail and the stream all set up for you guys. Do it. All right. Bye.
Have a good one, folks. I'm out.